Do 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 do. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the Judoon are back. Kind of a weird choice, but kind of not unexpected. Basically anything that they already have a suit made for, you can expect to return sooner or later. So it's not, kind of weird, but at the same time, I'm hoping they have a good story for these guys. Oh, so what are your thoughts and feelings on this, you people who are coming in now? What do you think of the Judoon returning out of the whole arsenal? But as I said a minute ago, for you folks who are just coming in, the fact that they're going to, bring the Judoon back is not unexpected because, they've already got the outfits, they've already got the suits for them. It's like, it's not unexpected. It's not, a surprise, really. I guess this is why they were trying to keep the filming secret on this particular location, and that's why they went ahead and decided to do the announcement, because the cat was already out of the bag as far as the filming at Gloucester Cathedral in Gloucestershire. Someone keeps asking me, how do you pronounce that word? I said, it's Gloucester. I learned it the hard way because when you've done this long enough, a lot of people, you ask for help, and people in the audiences generally will, help you pronounce certain things, because there's a lot of weird looking, villages and town names and whatnot in the UK. Yeah, whatever episode they're filming right now, I don't have my notes in front of me, but I think they got one thing wrong. I think they're on block 4 right now, given the fact we're in May, and they should be wrapping up film probably by midsummer. So I'm assuming they're on block 4 at the moment. At least that's what I'm getting. Yes, I'm here. Hi, Henry. What you been up to? I don't know. What do you think, Coaster? You think this is episode 4? Hello, Donna. Come on in, folks. Ask some questions. For you folks coming in, what do you think? The Judoon, you think it's going to be a good idea? I just wonder what kind of storyline they're going to get, because I think the last time we saw the Judoon, they were scattered around a bit. Because remember, they popped up in various episodes. Well, I think what they're trying to do is this. Okay, Dark Eyes. I love that series for Big Finish. I still prefer the original 8th Doctor adventures before, all the new ones that came out, because... Oh, hello there. Howdy, folks, coming on in. Yeah, because I think it might have been... No, wait a minute. They did make an appearance in Good Man Goes to War. Come to think of it. I think it was the last time have they appeared. At least I'm going off the brain noodle here as far as the Judoon. As far as we knew, there's some kind of like peacekeeping / mercenary peacekeeping force. They did appear in Sarah Jane Adventures. But they must be brushing out the suits and spraying down them, to get them preserved. Because I know I've had a few latex masks in my time, and I found out the hard way, if you don't store them in a certain way, things happen. They don't hold up too well after a number of years. They will. They'll dry out on you like a mother. All right, so what are your guys' thoughts, feelings? Please share ideas. Yes, it is for real. Yeah, it's really happening. That is an actual photo that's been going around showing the Judoon on filming for Series 12, which is why they announced it. Because the cat gotten out of the bag a long time. Well, about a week or two ago, about the Gloucestershire location, and they were freaking out about it. I remember because they were pulling down every article that even mentioned that they were filming, on that day and time. So I'm assuming they're going to be on location, tomorrow, and that's why they're announcing it today. You're basing that off pictures, Philip. We do not know what the storylines are as yet. We do not know what the plot line is yet. Who knows? The way things have been going on most series lately, I halfway expected Judoon to leave a Happy Meal sitting out. Or possibly a Big Mac. It's kind of weird. It'd be funny as hell if they found out that, they're getting like promotional kickbacks from, accidentally leaving like a, do the Judoon, drink Starbucks. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, see, that's a good point. Or, Aquafina. I know, that was a little bit disappointing. Game of Thrones really, let some quality stuff go. It seems to me like a lot of things were done in a hurry because you had that Starbucks cup being left in a scene. You had, plastic water bottles in the one scene. Okay, the Judoon, that's a good question. Why the Judoon? Like I said, my most basic answer to why the Judoon is a very simple fact. They've already got the outfits for them. They've already got the setup for them. And since they'll just drag them out so they can use them. Don't be too surprised if you see the Ood again or anyone along that line. Or Big Finish. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, it could be a Big Finish thing. Remember, they're doing a tie-in. Okay, folks, any questions, queries, desires? Yeah. The Virons, that would be an interesting setup. Yeah, the Virons from Big Finish Audios. Syl, why not? They're doing an independent production with Syl right now, and Nabil Shaban's come back to play the role. So that would be interesting, especially given the Doctor might just be slightly upset because remember in the original scripts for that ending bit of Trial of a Time Lord, or in Mind Warp and all that, you were supposed to, not Mind Warp, but you were supposed to find out either way that Perry was killed. And they threw that one thing in there to save her at the end. Robert Pattinson as Batman. That's a good question. You see, I don't... at first, I'm like, oh shit, Batman's going to sparkle. No, the new coat was already seen, Philip. And I think it's just for that one group of episodes. I think that dark coat's going to tie into what's going on in either the Nightingale episode, and I think they're doing it as a cute thing for the one episode with the other ones wearing the tuxedos. Oh, that's right. You're right. They did come from the comics first. You're right. I remember them from the Big Finish Audios because I didn't watch. I don't have the Doctor Who comics or whatnot. I haven't really been. I'm not a huge comic book guy. Most of what I know about comic book characters comes from various animated series and some other reading and whatnot over the years. All right. But Patterson is Batman. Let me get back to that. At first, I thought he was going to sparkle. But at the same time, I thought Heath Ledger was going to be Brokeback Joker. And he really turned it around, especially I was sitting there watching the movie Batman Begins. No, wait, he was in the second one, sorry. Dark Knight Rises. No, The Dark Knight. Duh! See, I got my brain noodle on a maximum shutdown here. All right. But when I saw him do the pencil trick, then I was like, okay, shit, he's the Joker. He's got it. Now, can Patterson pull off the same thing? That's going to be the big question. Will Philip be appearing in Series 12? That's a good question, because the way they're talking, they don't even want to watch the episodes. Who's going to do the Omega Files then? Oh. Okay, people are talking about, all right, Game of Thrones. How many here, if any of you not watched the finale of Game of Thrones? Because there's people bitching about that too. And I'm like, yeah, it was a bit rushed, this last series. I don't know why they went with only 6 episodes. That's one thing I can agree with everybody on. I think it should have been drug out a little bit more. All right, I won't give you any more spoilers. You might, okay, I don't want to say it, but yeah, you're right. It was Good Man Goes to War, the Judoon appeared. Yeah, Pattinson. I always mix his name up. No, nobody wants to remember the Schumacher era of Batman. No. There are people right now in clinics getting full frontal lobotomies to try to remember the Batman, Schumacher era. All right, someone says something about, all right, Arya Stark. There's possibility there they could do it because, they never did answer that question the whole time the series was on. What's west of Westeros? I enjoyed the finale. I think they wrapped it up well, but I think the final season could have been a bit longer than 6 episodes. The taking down of the Night King, like I said, a lot of people are complaining about that, but I'm like, how many here have played D&D, Dungeons and Dragons? Anybody? How many here remember the Thieves' Backstab attack? That's exactly what they did. I used to use it all the time back in my Dungeons and Dragons days. It was an ability given to the Thief class that you could do an attack on an enemy's back if you can keep them distracted. And basically you could backstab, and depending on your Thief's level, you get up to like triple damage on a hit. And if you rolled above I can't remember what the new critical rules are. It's been a few years. But, if you hit above a certain level, you can get like triple damage on an attack, or, basically you could automatically wipe out an enemy. That's all they played on. That's all that Arya attack was. She's had assassin training. Okay, now, Philip, what, you've been researching this stuff? Because, like I said, Game of Thrones, I don't know if I'm going to bother with any of the prequels. It's just, to me, that story's been told, but at the same time, you know how I am. I'll probably will get curious and watch it. No. Not the elves are a whole different thing. Now, if she encounters little hobbits, then we'll worry. That would be shit, wouldn't it, if it turned out Hobbiton is on the other side of the Westeros? But, oh. Hey, you're just in time to show up to fight this guy named Sauron. Screw that shit! I've already been through one war. Okay. No. We won't discuss Jar Jar Binks. And like I said, I have nothing against Ahmed Best. He was an actor. He did his voice job. Unfortunately, a lot of people attacked him and really did some nasty things to him. But it's like he didn't create the character. He didn't write the character. By the way, for you folks who have not read, hang on. Let me show you a couple things here. I gotta move. If you've not read these, read them. Because these tie into the movies. The reason I'm pulling this out is because if you go through some of the books and all that, like, you get an idea of how the First Order came about, and it's not going to be surprising Palpatine has something to do with it, because there was a last-minute survival plan that if all the shit went south, that a lot of the Empire's talent and all that got hopped onto a ship, and they were sent off to the middle of, freaking nowhere. But right here in these books, they talk about Jar Jar's fate, and you find out Jar Jar is now back on Naboo. He is living in the city of Theed, and he is a street clown. Because everybody basically realized it was Jar Jar who granted Palpatine emergency powers, proposed it, so basically Jar Jar was directly responsible for the Empire. So a lot of people hold him accountable for that. So that's why he's a street clown. Now, these are both pretty good. These are all pretty good. I listened to them on audio. I also read them in the... I'm out of focus. Get me right. You gotta go. How the hell did that happen? Damn you. See what happens when I move? Okay, that's better. For some reason, the camera went out of focus. All of reality was shifted. And I got a time boner. Okay, uh-oh, I better watch what I say, or this video will be deemed not suitable for most merchandisers and advertisers. Yeah, but basically that was his fate. He became a street clown. And basically, yeah, people are not letting him forget ever that he was responsible for what happened. Mr. Political Dumbass.
I move that we give him emergency powers.
Shut up, you half-wit. I lost all interest in Westworld. I really did. It just went right back to boring. It took me a while to get through the loop thing in the first God knows how many episodes, and it got good. And then it just went back to basic for me. I just couldn't get back into it. Why not? A matter of fact, here's a secret for you folks. Come here. It turns out that the Judoon are going to be facing up against an enemy that's, humanoid pigs. And this leads to the development of a partnership that leads to Bebop and Rocksteady. How many here remember the original Turtles cartoons and all that with Bebop and Rocksteady? I think Bebop was the mutant pig guy and Rocksteady was the mutant rhino, and that's who the Judoon remind me of, is Rocksteady. So, yep, if you can't wait for the Judoon to come back, they're going to be back next series, apparently. I've seen worse than Series 11. Let's have a talk about that movie poster season. The Rings of A-Hole 10. Journey to the Center of My Disappointment. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Wasn't Series 6 had the Curse of the Black Rod in it? Oh, man. That episode was just 45 minutes of, to bring in two characters that you're going to see for all of 2 minutes at the end, towards the end of it, middle of A Good Man Goes to War. And that was all it was for. Yeah, worst episode, in my opinion, of the whole series so far, if you're curious. Love and Monsters. Or as I call it, that lying bitch in the wardrobe. Yeah. I know, it's kind of weird how they took apart, like I agree with you, it was a historical rapist and they turned him into a hero. Whatever happened to We Rape, We Pill? I liked Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, I did like. I'll give you that. I liked Power of Three up to like the last 5, maybe 10 minutes of it. A Town Called Bullshit. That one, look, Ben Browder's guest starring for... He had all of how many minutes on screen? Yeah, Fear Her was terrible. Fear Her made me want to cry. No, I loved Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. It was a fun episode. Not to mention, look at what happened to Solomon at the end. The Angels Rape Manhattan? Yeah. As I call it. Which everybody thinks is this great big thing, but I'm like, how many endings did it have? It's like, not to mention, how many folks remember, the Angels Rape Manhattan? Let's flash into that, shall we, for a minute. The Doctor and River left a weeping angel standing in a cemetery in New freaking York. Like, it's just going to stand there. You see they just threw reason out the window for that episode. Not to mention all the idiotic reasons why I can never see you again. My TARDIS from a billion-year-old advanced society cannot outmaneuver something a vortex manipulator from 51st century Earth can. That's why I hated that episode. It was just moronic. Not to mention, you got angels staring at each other all over the place. You got the Statue of Liberty running around like she did in Ghostbusters 2. And if I remember right, the estimated population in New York, even back then, was somewhere around 3 to 4 million people. All right, here's the thing, and I was discussing this with the guys. A lot of the stuff you're seeing, and maybe why some of you can't get hooked into it, and I don't want to sound like an alarmist, but the thing with Series 11 is this. Look at this face. See this face here? I am an old shit. They're trying to bring new fans in, and they're focusing more towards the younger new fans than they are us old farts. Because if they were really, really worried about us old farts, you wouldn't have the Judoon returning. You'd have somebody from like back in the classic series. You'd have more companion returns. And I can't talk about that enough. Because it still upsets the shit out of me that the only two classic companions from the original classic series who've been back on the main show have been Sarah Jane and K9. It's like, that's it. Everyone else was on Sarah Jane Adventures. And like I said, I still picture this backroom meeting. And I can't prove it happened. It's just speculation between a bunch of suits and the guys at Big Finish. And they say, look, you play in that yard, we'll stay out of that yard. Handshake, secret handshake. No. It's like, and that's what I think happened. I still think there's some kind of top secret deal to keep the classic and the new separate now. And it may stem, Big Finish might have been it. Like I said, this is all speculation. This is an opinion. This is an editorial. Is the fact that when Liz Sladen, when she went in to do School Reunion, she had been doing Big Finish audios, if I remember right. I think there was 2 series of the Sarah Jane Adventures. So Sarah Jane Smith, I think it was called. Because I remember listening to them, and it ended on a cliffhanger. But after School Reunion was such a major hit in the ratings, the Sarah Jane Adventures was commissioned. And it was a hit series. Right up to when, sadly, Liz Sladen passed. And they never bothered to pick up on it. Which classic monster? That's a good question because there's so many we can touch on. We've had the Ice Warriors. But it seems to me in this new Chibnall era, they've not really touched on anyone, really hard, other than the Daleks. Cybermen haven't made an appearance really yet, have they? Yeah. But at the same time, I can see why, because considering how much they reused them, the Cybermen and the Daleks. Sea Devils, I can see them. Bring back the classic Silurians. Yeah, you'll notice they do use a lot of the classic villains every now and then, but they don't use any of the classic companions, and it kind of makes me cry. Other than, oh, look, there's a clip, there's an image. And even then, the one scene where the doctor, Amy tricked the doctor into showing all the previous TARDIS inhabitants, that didn't make it into the final episode. Axons, they came back in Big Finish, in the Feast of Axos. That was a really good one. If you haven't listened to the Feast of Axos, I highly recommend it. I love the fact they did that with, back in Cold War. A lot of the classic fans, the really hardcore guys like, he's a leather in a suit. I kind of like it. And I thought it was interesting because, as the doctor said, it was something that he had not seen before. He had never seen an actual Ice Warrior outside of his armor. No, Ace was going to appear on the Sarah Jane Adventures. As far as I know, she wasn't going to replace her. There were plans in place for the one season where Sophie Aldred was going to be back as Ace. Sylvester McCoy had been contacted to do a brief appearance as the Seventh Doctor. And there was one time, I got to go listen to the interviews again because it's been a while. I guess where Tom Baker's name got mentioned. that even he was approached to make an appearance as the fourth Doctor, which would have been interesting to see how they pull that off. Or would have maybe Tom just playing another character. I don't know, but yeah, I wasn't too happy with the Shadow Proclamations. Not to be evil or anything, but it looked like just like a gathering of law enforcing crazy albinos. Did he say that? I thought, I was expecting a bit more out of the Shadow Proclamation than what we got. But, it served the purpose. Okay, let's see. Who else could we have reappear? There's been so many good villains, like someone brought up Omega. And I was really hoping they were going to use Omega to tie up the Series 6 story arc or the crack in the wall thing, because that would have been perfect. All you had to do is say, well, Omega detonated the TARDIS, which fractured the universe, which gave him the ability to sneak in. And he knew full well that the Doctor was going to fix it. But in order to get over from the antimatter universe undetected, he created the cracks in the universe by blowing up the TARDIS. And since he has access and knows that technology, that would have made more damn sense than a frickin' church gone mad. Oh, yeah, Tim Treloar. He's an amazing guy. He was on the show a while back. Like I said, it's been about 2 years since I've done any celebrity interviews. It's just I've pretty much hit the wall as far as free ones go. A lot of them want a fee or whatnot. Most, but don't get me wrong, 90% of your celebrities, it's just there's a lot of them. The agents want money, and you have to get past the agent. The Black and White Guardians, if you want to go that route. The Krill. No. I'm about to say, wait a minute. The Krill? That's the Orville. Oh. Even though that show's gone a lot further and a lot farther than I ever thought it would. Judging by Fox's history with science fiction television programming, I'm shocked that they're going that well. The Monk, but once again, that's a classic character that Big Finish is all over. I'll be shocked if you ever see or hear from the Monk again. Let's say, who else we got? We got the Monk. We got... Nah, we don't want to go back to the land of fiction, do we? They did that in Big Finish too, and that was pretty fun. Aaron Paul. Okay, I don't know who he is. Yeah, the Valyard, but, do you have Michael Jaston play him or you have someone else come in? The Ronnie. Yeah. My allergies are acting up again. I'm going to have to take something for him here in a little bit. There's another good one. Dalek Civil War. That's a good example. I'd like to see a Dalek Civil War. Oh, yes, Romana. Which a lot of people didn't seem to realize. I saw a poll on Facebook, and it made me die laughing. Listen to this, I want Juliet Landau to play Romana 3. He did a poll on it, and I think she was listed as one of the contenders for Romana 3. And I'm like, dude, Juliet Landau already is Romana 3. At least on Big Finish, that's where she was at. Haven't heard anything from her lately. I don't know what's going on with that. No. We don't need the return of Maxwell. Who gives a damn about Maxwell Pad? I mean, that'd be funny if that was Maxwell's last name. He's a Maximus Pad to stay freest. As far as I know, there's only 3 Romanas right now. That's Mary Tam, Lala Ward, and Juliet Landau. Patrick Stewart, I'll be shocked if you get him for anything, because remember, he's doing the Picard series for CBS All Access. Okay, someone's got a question about Game of Thrones. Bran basically had to let things play out as they were. He could not take a direct involvement in it. But he already knew how the story was going to end, basically. The Dominators and the Quarks. Yeah, but like I said, Patrick Stewart's doing the Picard series, which, by the way, turned out to be ironically named Star Trek Picard. I may give it a shot, but even though it's in the alternate timeline. The Mechanoids. Yeah, we haven't seen the Mechanoids in a long, long time, have we? The Vord. Yeah. Which is kind of funny. I died laughing when we found out that the Ood sphere was in the same star system as the Sense sphere where the Sensorites were. You know, given their a little bit of physical resemblance between those two species. Oh, God. Sorry. Mexican food for dinner. A little gassy. And it's, a little bit of heartburn. All right. Now, Philip, let me explain again. Discovery, prequel. Picard, not. Ha 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 ha. The only reason they moved Discovery into the future was to try to legitimize that steaming piece of shit. Oh. I know. I try to be a bit more tolerant because I try to, I tell you people to. But Star Trek, to me, if you're going to do something new with it, put it in the future. Quit doing these damn prequels. Scaroth is pretty much fried, screwed, blued, tattooed, but at the same time, you could say he got zonked into the time vortex because he did get blown up in that machine in City of Death. Wait, Herman! No, it's me! Your green-headed boss with one eye! Yeah, there was word about an announcement today, but like I said, we've had word about announcements before. So I was like, okay, I'll just sit back and find out if they're ones or not. Now, I know whose show was expecting, his guess was John Barrowman, but I'm like, I don't know, Captain Jack coming back, it's like his story, I think, has been pretty much told, ain't it? Because they're telling his backstory a bit in the Many Lives of Captain Jack Harkness, and some of those stories are really good if you haven't listened to them yet. Yeah, STD, like I said, I saw the first trailer and I'm like, no, I'm not going to watch this because I didn't even watch Star Trek Beyond. I barely made it through Into Darkness. And between you and me, come here. I didn't pay to see it. That's the only reason I watched Into Fartness, Into Shartness, Into Arseness, Into Sickness. Because I was really hoping that Cumberbatch was going to turn out to be Gary Mitchell and not Khan. Because when the photos got leaked of Cumberbatch fighting Spock, there's only a handful of human characters who could take Spock on hand, in a fight, in mano to mano. That would have been Gary Mitchell from Where No One Has Gone Before, or Khan. Because a Vulcan, if I remember right, on average is about 3 times stronger than a human. Sorry, Philip. I used to love Star Trek. I don't like it anymore. It's not the same thing. If you've watched Midnight's Edge's videos, they can't really touch on anything in the main timeline because of copyright issues. And I don't like this whole new prequel thing. I'm tired of the prequel series. If you want to continue to tell a story, go forward. That's what Doctor Who's done. And that's the difference between it and STD. Doctor Who's going forward. Star Trek keeps going backwards all the damn time. Well, we're going to set it so many years before Kirk and Spock, but they're going to have a ship that can literally outmaneuver anything and jump anywhere in the known universe. And with ship designs that look like they came out of the movie era. And we've got holographic displays. Ugh. No, you know what's no. Don't worry about Slitheen porn pics. Worry about Sontaran porn because it's boring. No, I don't watch Toy Story that much anymore. I don't think I've even seen past two. Um. Okay, you know what? All right, for you folks who are listening, I once had somebody edit that out of a podcast because I said that it's boring as Sontaran porn. And I'm like, I even explained it. And it's like, it was still unacceptable because it mentions the word pawn. Sontaran porn, it's simply this. You have one little potato guy comes out of one room. Another little potato guy comes out of another room. They walk up to this vat. They each pour a beaker in it. And then they press the on button. That's Sontaran porn. That's it. They kick on the cloning machine. That's all there is to it. Probably Raxacorica fallopatorius. I think you get more word points. That's where Philip's from. The dark side of Raxacorica fallopatorius. I gotta pick on Philip a little. Like I said, I really haven't watched much of Toy Story lately. Like I said, I gotta sit down and really, I keep conking out in the middle of Incredibles 2, and I feel bad because no, there are no female Sontarans, just like there were no female Jem'Hadar or anything like that. So supercalifragilisticexpialidocious bullshit. Sontarans are a clone species. They're that's in the books. The books aren't canon. I mess up people like that. The Jaggerfest. Oh, not that ugly sucker. We've never seen a Sontaran female on screen. Until that happens, it's not canon. Oh, I'm just screwing with you. Well, Pearl Mackey's been on to do quite a bit. Like, I think she went back to stage. She's done a few projects here and there. I don't think she's coming back to Doctor Who anytime soon. The Absorbeloff, oh, hell no. Like I said, that came from the worst episode of New Who ever, which was Love and Monsters. And before you want me to really scare the shit out of you for you handful of people who don't know this? Elton from Love and Monsters was originally supposed to be one of the Children of Time in the Stolen Earth way called Journey's End. And luckily they cut it because I was like, oh God, what a piece of shit character. I know maybe, Tennant had it was one of the Dr. Light episodes. And I'm like, God, Love and Monsters is horrible. Yeah, those stinkers. Yeah, Love and Monsters, Fear Her. Oh, man. Okay, no, I can't. I'm not backing anything with Osgood in it anymore. Sorry. Not to be mean or anything like that, but A, I'm tired of super immortal characters that can't be killed. And B, Ingrid Oliver is a bitch. I hate to sound mean about that, but I had a personal experience with her on Twitter where she tried to shame me for doing nothing more than joking with her. If you want to see physical proof of it, I got to thank John Hunt, a.k.a. Vortexia, a.k.a. The Who Show, because he screen grabbed it what happened. Because I was sitting there like, and it wasn't even a dirty joke. I know, that's what I mean. That's what made me upset about it. Then she blocked me after I apologized. I apologized even though I shouldn't have. That's what made me feel bad about it. Because it wasn't even that harmful of a thing. For you folks who haven't heard this is what happened. She put up a poster of the Charlie's Angels. Now, if any of you have grown up in that area, you know for a fact Charlie's Angels was not classic television. It was late 70s, early 80s sexploitation at its finest. To which I put up, why does this picture make me think that they're saying, because they're all standing, it's the three stars standing there pointing, we know what you were doing while you were watching our show. Then I got some kind of big lollygall message about you shouldn't send something like this to a female, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Bitch, you were on a show that did adult comedy and I made an implied joke about masturbation and you're giving me shit? So that's why I said I never really talk about it because it's like, to me, that really just showed me your true colors. I bet if I'd been a younger person or, of the same persuasion, you'd have laughed or ignored it. But no, since I'm a 48-year-old, well, coming up on 48 in about less than a month here now, a couple weeks. Since I'm an almost 48-year-old middle-aged white male, you gave me shit and tried to publicly shame me online. So like I said, I already told her agent, the guy who does her books or shows, I was like, don't take it any personal because I know you're just the agent, but I'm not going to be handing any money over to that person. If I see her anywhere, I'm going to ignore the shit out of her. And I know it don't affect nothing. I'm just telling you the truth. I turned 48 on June 3rd, by the way. For you folks who are curious. So, like I said, it's not like the character was mega spectacular. It was another one of Moffat's immortal super characters who can't be killed. Just like Clara, just like Rory, just like, you see what I mean? Death became a joke. Oh, it's always a bitchy chat. You just got to pay more attention. I always try to see the lighter side of things. I'm on that side of life now where I try to look at things and smile more, There's no point in staying angry about anything anymore. Well, it's not like, Ingrid Oliver was one of my big heroes, but like I said, my friend Elijah, her autograph used to be hanging right there. I didn't throw it out because it was a kind act, and, maybe it'll be worth something someday, but to me, it was worth a lot because my friend Elijah got that for me. So it's just in a drawer right now. It's still in its frame, and it's in a drawer. That's why Rosie Jane's hanging up right there now. So it's still very, very, valuable to me as a gift. 99.9% of the celebrities I've met are good people. They genuinely want to talk to, well, I'd say 90%. Genuinely want to, meet the fans, talk with them, get to know them, and things like that. It's just inside that 10% bar. That's only happened to me maybe a couple of times where you can look at the person, you look in their eyes, and you can tell they're looking right through you. They just want your money. They hurry up, get you done, and get you the hell out of there. But like I said, 90% of them are good people. Remember, at the end of the day, we all put our pants on the same way. We all get up. Oh, Jesus Christ, SJW era. One of these days in the far-flung future, someone's going to look at someone else and go, that's SJW nonsense. They're going to go, SJ, what? And I hope I live long enough to see that. Oh, that's right. I got to find his name now. A fella sent me a bunch of TARDIS prints, and I put them away up here in the thing. I really wish I had more wall space to put them up, because this is some beautiful work. I don't have his name on hand, and I feel bad because I don't remember it. But if you're out there watching, thank you for sending me the TARDIS prints. Shaggy, that reminded me. Somebody sent me those TARDIS prints, and they were really, really great work. Basically, it's pictures of the TARDIS in different locations. Yeah, I don't deal with politics much anymore because, frankly, there's no point in it. Everybody's bitching about the president. Your president's a middleman. He answers to a corporate interest. Yeah. President, like whether you be the United States or anything, you're a middleman. You're the showman. You're the conductor of the three-ring circus. That's all you are. Now, Billy Joel, I've heard this story. You're going to love this. Now that you brought this up. Billy Joel usually buys the first, think 3 or 4 rows of his performances when he does perform live. And what he does is he then when everybody's sat down and all that, he invites the people who are in the upper, like, nosebleeds. He has them move down into those rows in the front because he said he would rather have people there who want to see his music than a bunch of tight asses who are going to sit there and just basically say, oh, look, I've got the seat because I wanted it and I'm better than all these other people. He'd rather have people there who really enjoy his music than people who are just there for the status of being there. So Billy Joel's definitely a class act in my book after I found that out. Okay, a few more minutes and I'm going to get out because I'm going to go play video games. So once again, Judoon had been announced for Series 12. This is tying in with, I believe, the filming that's going to be going on at Gloucester Cathedral in Gloucestershire. I've been playing, what's that thing called? Give me a minute. Hero Wars. I don't normally get into the only other online game I've been playing right now is Kill Shot Bravo. And I've just been playing that for like 2-3 years. I love it. They're like, how come you don't play more? I said, because I play it when I'm on I'm on the toilet taking a shit. Hey, it's better than sitting there trying to read while you're taking a dump. You bring the tablet in with you and it gives you a little something to do. That way, while you're blowing away the enemy, you're blowing away the bull. What I really like is, you really get going in there and it's like, I'm going to drop a nuke. So I'm going to go ahead and get going here. I want to thank everybody who showed up. There's a lot more people than I thought would show up in, last minute notice. Thanks for all the likes. I keep hearing about Star Trek Online, but like I said, do I really have time to put it? Like I say, Hero Wars is pretty much mindless. It really is. And it's just, I literally stumbled into it. I just figured, what the hell, something to kill time. Because, oh, by the way, for you folks, how many here are interested in Dr. Freedom and Eric, the audio series? Anybody? Hell yeah, no, yeah. Just say yeah. All right, I'm in the middle of writing part 6. Like I said, I want to get that done, so I'm going to touch on that a bit again tonight as well, because I have to get Philip Archer's killed. Oh, sorry, Philip Archer's character. So good night, everybody. Please take care. Watch yourself. Have a great time. Have a great day. See you on the flip side, kids. I'm out of here.